our next guest. You've seen him on here before. He's been on twice before. Is he our first three-peat? I think he might be. So let's bring on Squigs. Hey, Squigs.
Three-peat? What?
Yeah, yes.
I'm honored. Oh my gosh.
Well, you were on with Francois Clemens.
Francois, amazing.
Wasn't that a fun night?
Oh, he is just amazing. Yes.
Yes, and then you were on with the beer guys,
the happy hour guys. Yes.
Yes, and now
now I'm on with Rocco, who's on to number 2. And Rocco being such a solid name, I don't think his number 2 is going to be so solid tomorrow.
I know what you're saying. Okay. So Squigs, what are you doing? I hear you have a project going on.
Well, true. I have a bunch of stuff going on. I think that the first thing that Russell, our friend Russell, brought me on for was to talk about the Lights of Broadway show cards, which I think I talked about our first time around. It's they're baseball cards for Broadway nerds like myself and like you and like Russell and everybody. But if you can bring up that that URL, Russell, the Lights of Broadway.nyc, we just released our 2020 edition. Yeah, which it celebrates the art form of Broadway as we love it and we know it. And while celebrating, we are also acknowledging the fact that we are in the midst of a crazy year, in the midst of a pandemic, and also in various things like the Black Lives Matter movement, and we're acknowledging the fact that we have a chance to shine a light on amazing causes and stuff like that. But the Lights of Broadway, we just released the 2020 edition. Leslie, oh my gosh, hi Leslie. Thank you. But we, around Thanksgiving, we came out with a couple of things. One was the, in collaboration with the Broadway Podcast Network, another URL that Russell has lined up for us here. My collaborator on the Broadway, on the Lights of Broadway, also has the Broadway Podcast Network, and we came up with this collaboration where I drew a virtual Thanksgiving Day parade of really wonderful Broadway performers, and then we released a card series, that you could buy to benefit some really wonderful causes. So yeah, if you go and visit, what we've done there, it's really, really lovely being able to give back to causes like the Actors Fund, the American Indian Community House here in Manhattan, which is wonderful, and many other causes. So yeah, we're working on just giving back and doing our best.
So we have a video of what you're doing now. So run that video if you will.
Oh, the video, yeah. This is something that I'm just doing that's kind of fun on Instagram. Each of these videos are under a minute, and this particular video is one of the 25 days of doodles that I'm coming up with. So here we go.
Well, let's. I like the music.
Thanks. Yeah, that's something I found on a great mixtape.
And who was that you drew?
That's Carol Channing, and
Such a spin it.
it's a silly punny thing that I did. Obviously, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles at the window, carols at the spinet. But I just kind of flipped it in and made it Carol Channing playing spinet piano. So yeah, the next days of the holidays, I'm just kind of making some fun stuff just for funsies. But yeah, it's so much fun.
Very good. So, do you have any update on the beer guys?
Absolutely. Yeah, the happy hour guys, as you had on back a few weeks ago, have a thing called the Curtain Up Beer. And if you go to curtainup.beer, that'll take you to the site. There are it's an open sourced recipe that any brewer around the country or around the world can make and offer to their local audiences. That the money, if you can go to local arts organizations to help so many people who are out of work because of this pandemic. It's pretty crazy right now. Just seeing the fact that so many live performance venues are out of business. It's just so incredibly sad, and that includes not only the organizations that are in your hometown, whoever is watching, but also Broadway and lovely organizations that bring so much joy and education and love to audiences. And so the happy hour guys, who they were on the show, a number of weeks ago, have come up with this. There are, I think now 35 breweries that are making this beer, and there are 3 of the beers coming out this week. The first one is in Fort Edward, New York, which is about an hour north of Albany, so upstate. And then also Gun Hill Brewing in the Bronx, which is the brewery that came up with the recipe, as well as Big Alice Brewing in Long Island City, Queens. So the first 3 versions of this beer are coming out there. And if you go to those local breweries, you can drink the beer, and the money will go partially to local arts organizations as well as the Actors Fund, which benefits not only actors but people involved in the arts, backstage, in front of house, ushers, designers, whatever, around the country. So it's a very fantastic thing. So, but curtainup.beer, which is
I put the bug in the local theater group's ear, so I'm hoping they're working things out, because I'd love to be a part of that. So,
fantastic! That's wonderful.
Yes. All right, Squigs, thank you so much for the update, and we'll have you back for the quiz.
Thanks. I'll be here.
All right, thank you. Wow, wonderful visit with Squigs.